Oh, I got another video for Hannah Montana. We're gonna be ranking her number one, or rather, her first album. This is obviously the special edition soundtrack. This is still the season 1 songs, as you can see on the back. Yeah, this is not the actual soundtrack, though. But yeah, this is pretty darn close. This is what I owned when I was a kid. I had no idea what happened to the CD. I was just replacing it. I didn't have the original soundtrack one. This is the one that I owned, and I want to see you look on the inside of it. There's no pictures or inserts. Oh, sorry about this Hannah Montana album right here. Sorry about that. Yeah, this one is pretty good. I already did a video on this one already. So yeah, we'll get her out of the way. Yeah, I don't have the inserts here. Yeah, that's the DVD. The Backstage Secrets, and then, this would be the... over here, right? I was pointing at it, but I can't remember. Yeah, that's the actual CD. Yep. Sadly, it did not come with the inserts or the pictures. And this one, though, of course, because you buy this one off of line, it's sort of what you get. Yeah, they didn't include the pictures of Hannah Montana from some of her live performances. Those pictures would have been in this pocket right here. Yeah, but this is an album I owned when I was a kid. Yeah, that binders, no one else's business. Yeah, I just wanted to rank the songs, but yeah, this is a special edition soundtrack. Yeah, never mind the background here. That's unfinished stuff. But sorry about this. Yeah. I own the CD. So yeah, just replacing this one, but yeah. Yeah, this one includes Nobody's Perfect on this one. And of course the Backstage Secrets, as you see there, live performance. Nobody's Perfect. Yeah. Good performance of that song, but I already ranked that song on Hannah Montana too. So yeah, this is a video on that now. So yeah, we're gonna keep the camera focused on the back of the CD here and rank these from top to bottom. Only the Hannah Montana songs. The other ones are bonus tracks. You see there. Right here, songs 9 through, I guess, 12, 13. Still count that one as a Hannah song, but Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana, basically same person. Yeah. I learned from you, Miley Cyrus and Billy Ray Cyrus. I'll include that one in this one. Yeah, I don't know where I start on this list. It is so hard to rank Hannah Montana songs bottom to top because they're all really good, but there are others that are, better than others. That's just how it is with a lot of artists. They have their good songs, and then they have their, songs you're like, I'll never, hardly ever listen to that one, but if it does come on, I'll listen to it. Enough with that, but, just the bottom, I'll start with, yeah, well, I'll go with track 2, Who Said It. Yeah, okay, so yeah. There will be 9 songs I'm going over, including track 13. So, yeah, I'll start with Who Said. Yeah, that one I have at the bottom. Not much to me. This is all based on how I feel about it. My opinion about Who Said is going to be a number 9 on this album. I got it there because it's not really her most popular song, not one I can connect with, and it's my opinion. I don't connect with it on a close level, considering what she's talking about in that song. That one. Yeah, that one I have at the bottom. It's just not one of her most popular songs. Just how I feel about it, I love, the catchiness, the lyrics, the beat, I have nothing wrong with that. It's just not a popular song, not one I connect with lyrically. There are songs that, I'm not whining or complaining about that. That's just how I feel about the song. I don't connect with it. That's more like a female audience type of song that she's talking to. I know she has songs that are about the fans in general, but that one's not necessarily that. Yeah, so yeah, that one's there. Yeah, well, that's at number 9. Jeez. Well, I don't like putting this one here, but this one's going to be. Well, I know it's yeah. Season 2 Corbin Blue fans, I know. Sorry, if we were a movie, that one's there. Yeah, if we were a movie is not the strongest song on the track, in my opinion. Now, my opinion again. Yeah, it's much like One in a Million on Hannah Montana too. Yeah, this one is not the strongest one. It's a popular song, but not the strongest one in my opinion. Yeah, this is like a chillback ballad vibe on this one. Yeah. But I do have One in a Million above that one, though. Yeah, this one was just, yeah. I got into the song, well, yeah, it's not a strong track, I'll say that. Not very strong. Yeah, it musically was, could have been, the song could have been more commercial for me. Like Best of Both Worlds, or, like This Is the Life or the Other Side of Me, or those are like commercialized songs. But yeah, this one is not as much, I got Nerve. I think I'm going to do that one next. No, I got Nerve. No, that one I'm going to save for later on. Yeah, so wait, that one was number 8. We Were a Movie at number 8. Yeah, I don't know if I like putting this one here either. Pumping Up the Party at number 7. Yeah, kind of a repetitive song. The hook, it just, it's repeats, it hits me, but not as hard as, We Got the Party. That one's stronger than Pumping Up the Party, but, obviously it's a whole nother album, but not trying to compare anything here, we're just saying, like, in terms of the strength of the song, yeah, this one, the hook gets repetitive towards the end of it, I just wish there was more of an outro to it than just like repeating the same thing, It's a very good party track, very good song to get in the mood to, with just that. I feel like they could have done a better outro to it, and Yeah, that's how I feel about that one. Yeah, that's at number 7. At number 6, I got I Learn From You, Miley Cyrus and Billy Ray Cyrus. Yeah, underrated track. Yeah, it's a strong. It's a medium. As far as strength level track, it's at a medium for me. It's definitely one that should have gotten more attention. You know, no idea myself as a fan though of Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus. No idea where and how they came up with that song though. It's just one of those songs that you wish that you knew more about. Number 6, yes, where I have that one. That one's, yeah, it's a pretty strong ballad, and it's her and her dad just talking about where she came from to being on Hannah Montana. In my opinion, that's where I'm getting from it. She learned everything from her dad to be where she's at, in the situation that she was on Hannah Montana. Yeah, it's just a song that you just wonder, where did it come from? How did they come up with it? It's not really talked about. I really wish it was. That's why that one's at number 6, because it doesn't have a lot of popularity. Wish it would. The way it should. Now, of course, Miley Cyrus is her, but they're two different artists. Yeah, Hannah Montana is a character, of course. We know that at the bottom there. Girl, I was distracted. Yeah. No. But, in terms of Hannah Montana herself, it's like that. The way her songs are written are about herself practically almost all the time. The ones that she performed, yeah, were different. The Miley Cyrus songs, Yep. Yeah, number 5. Yeah, this is where I get to the top 5 songs now on the album. No other songs are gonna come in that place other than Just Like You. Powerful track. It's track 3. Right there. My big thumb in there. So I'm trying to not have my fingers in there too much on the camera. Yeah, Just Like You. Yeah, that's a powerful track. The drums and the guitars are just amazing, though it hits pretty hard, on that. See, that one, there are moments in the song where it's like you can connect with it. Like, I know Who Said is more about the things she can accomplish. Just Like You is different, though. I know that one is connecting with the female audience, but there are moments in that song where you can connect with it and, realize that she was a rock pop star, she was regular like anybody else, and a regular girl, just anybody, when you feel like, hey, I'm different when I'm by myself, but around people, it's different, I feel like there's always another side to us when we're around a certain group of people. Just Like You kind of connects with that kind of thing there. It's a reminder, hey, you see the makeup and the glamour, but hey, underneath all of them, Just Like You, she's directing that too. Hannah was amazing in that performance video too. Yeah, she looked amazing in that video, and she did, her charisma in that performance of that song was amazing, though. I know it's not a real live performance, it's pre-recorded, but, just her in front of a crowd like that, there's, in your first time, there's nothing like it. She did really good on that performance video. put down the CD. His hands getting there. Yeah, it's definitely top 5 on this album. Where I'm now gonna get into what's number 4. Number 4 would be yeah, I'm gonna go with I Got Nerve, and it's not a negative to have that one in number 4. Just that one's a really good song, and this one's sorry for the glare. Yeah, that song. Yeah, I got that one there as well. Similar to Just Like You. Talking about, only difference with the lyrics in that one is that one's talking about, Hannah is talking about herself being that impactful person around other people. I think that I can shake you. She's saying, hey, I think that with what I've accomplished, I can be a really powerful person and be the best influence I can be around you. For the person or the people that she's around her, she's talking about, She's talking to a certain group of people, she's talking to the fans. I want you to know how much nerve I got to be in this position, how I am as a girl, and making an impact for the positive influence that I am, and still wanting to become, and that's what she's talking about in that song. That song really strikes to me as a real Hannah Montana anthem, though, in terms of talking about her character and herself. That's what she's talking about. It's an anthem for herself. Just on the bridge. She says, there's a part of me where is reaching out for me, she's talking about her powerful impact, and the music in the song is heavy, though that is it's a step up from Just Like You in terms of musically. The lyrics are a step above Just Like You, and similar lyrics, but a lot more of an anthemized song for her and herself and her personality, basically. Yeah. I remember when she performed I Got Nerve, the performance video with Jackson, I felt like in that episode, I'll just go on the limb with this song here real quick. We're still on I Got Nerve, but I believe that episode Jackson was really hard, just trying to respect his sister and who she is as Hannah Montana. And she was trying to give him that kind of respect as a brother, but it just didn't work out. Yeah, that one, they were scuffing it out in the ring, and it just didn't quite work out for that performance, though. It would have been cool. It would have been a cool performance had that not happened, but I guess that was just a part of the episode and not really a real, music video performance, I guess. But yeah, I Got Nervous, I mean, I like that one as number 4, A lot of people think it's not as popular. It may not be, it's heard of a lot, but number 3 is The Other Side of Me. Yeah, that one's kind of hard to put that one at number 3. It's hard to say that it was going to be a theme song, though, so it's it's kind of hard to put that one in that position there, but I'm going with it at number 3. And just in terms of, yeah, the powerful message that it has, is definitely a real popular song. Though The Other Side of Me is it has its popularity because you hear it a lot more often than any other song. You don't, besides Best of Both Worlds, you don't hear that as the theme song. That doesn't really count. I'm talking about this song is, outside of that one, is popular is because it's played in a lot of episodes in season 1, a lot. It definitely gained a lot of popularity, it's the theme of that song fit a lot of episodes. It did, especially the one where it says in the one episode where Hannah did perform the song. I can't make you love Hannah if you don't. Like, this song was perfect for that episode because obviously you're trying to get the guy to see the other side of you as a special person. I want people to see who I really am. Sometimes it's harder than it seems. Like, the lyrics in The Other Side of Me are pretty deep. For a first season song, though, like, say a lot of her songs in season 3 are deeper, but, yeah, I don't have season 3, never owned it either. So, yeah, I'm going to get that one next, and, I've been getting into it quite a bit lately, and I like a lot of the songs out of that one. Just never owned all the Hannah CDs, but yeah, well, that'll be the next one when I do get that one. Yeah, The Other Side of Me reminds me of not just like Supergirl, basically, like upbeat, but talking about deeper lyrics. But there's a deeper meaning to the lyrics. Rather, The Other Side of Me is a popular one. Very catchy pre-chorus, If you could see the other side of me, I'm just like anybody else, can't you tell? Hold the key to both realities. And it's just, the tone that she sings that in just makes it very, like, in your head all the time. A very popular song, though. It's played a lot in episodes, and yeah. Number 2. I know this is the theme song, but, there's a reason why this one's there. It's because, not to get off on a limb, but This Is the Life is more of the introduction to who Hannah Montana is as an artist, right? It represented the show in a good way. It was a good way to kick off the show itself, though. Yeah, no, it seems like I'm talking about This Is the Life on this one, but I'm not. I'm just saying the reason why I have The Best of Both Worlds at number 2 is because, I think, we hear it all the time, but we hear it all the time, right? I have that one at number 2 just because it's one of her greatest songs, it's a great theme song. But I don't have it at number 1 for that reason, though. Yeah, Best of Both Worlds, very catchy intro beats, You hear a lot of famous songs with certain beats, and you turn it up right away when you recognize the beat. The Best of Both Worlds is that kind of song, though. I don't know, who am I kidding? A lot of other people are saying, well, a mid-2000s song from a pop artist that is not even real from that time. No. I think the song has a popularity that carries on, though. This is not just some, like, fairy tale, like, fake, song. Like, this song definitely carries for years to come, and, it's a bop, the drum beat's amazing. Best of Both Worlds is very popular, but, Hey, you know, it speaks for itself. It's a theme song. It talks about her double life, and yeah, Hannah, looked beautiful. Not to sound weird, but she did look beautiful when performing the live performance on season 1. She had very good charisma, and that's, again, it's not easy. And those season 1 performances, those were her first performances, and in front of a crowd that knows nothing about you can be hard, and but she showed a lot of charisma and a very good just energy on that stage, though it came natural to her. It seemed like the stage setup for season 1 was awesome, though. The red curtains and everything like that it just screams, yeah, this is how we're kicking off Hannah Montana kind of thing. Yeah, Best of Both Worlds #2, then This Is the Life, kind of explained why that one's at #1. Yeah, this one, yeah, that's a Hannah Montana anthem as well, too. Yeah. I have that one at #1, my favorites. It's the first song she recorded. I feel like that was my first time being introduced into who she actually was. Seeing the first episode, the pilot episode, and that song was coming on, it just, a lot of nostalgia vibes in that one. That one gives me more nostalgia. It's a song where fans were connecting with it. It really kicked off and to who Hannah Montana was. She's talking about how much she loves her role as who she is, and loving the life that she's living, taking her time, doesn't want to rush through having a good life, doesn't want the fast life by, having the life that she has. So the life is just it's a calming song. It just it just reminds you of life, how life should be taken very slowly. Yep, and that song is just instrumentally the intro guitar. They got the slide intro to that guitar, and then the acoustical side of it's just got like a country pop vibe to it, much like True Friend, but yeah. This Is the Life has got a commercial vibe to it. It's everything you want. It's a true classic Hannah Montana song, and there's lots more that I'm going to get into from Hannah Montana, though. This season 3 CD, I never owned that one. Call myself a Hannah fan, but yeah. I call myself a Hannah fan, but never owned all the albums. That's just, growing up, that's just kind of how it was. Your parents only allowed you certain things growing up. But I've always been a huge fan of Hannah's, and, just bringing her back in my life, and then collecting the CDs is what I want to do, and then go over them, the Forever album, too, is what I want to get, the movie soundtrack. I've owned that one and this one, and there's lots more I want to get into. The season 3 soundtrack, and then ranking those songs, that's going to be hard too, because all of her songs are good. There's not a bad song. Just, there's certain opinions that you're going to have about these songs, and, what's the popularity, what's that, It doesn't matter if you're asking for my opinion or not. It's my opinion, so yeah, but Hannah Montana is a very impactful pop star. She definitely was very impactful. It iconic, I guess mid-2000s legend, if you will, I guess. You know, I don't want to get too carried away with that, but no. Very popular growing up. So, yeah. Next video, there will be more from Hannah Montana Season 3 soundtrack, as what I'm going to work on getting for the next one. I want to go over it yet. Yeah, this is one I've been waiting to do. Yeah, this is Hannah Montana 1, the special edition soundtrack. Owned this when I was a kid, it had the inserts in it and everything. It was a very good CD, and I enjoyed owning it. And though I wish I had the actual soundtrack, but this is basically the same thing with just different formalities to this one, though. Yep. So that will be it. Yep. I'll be out of here with this one.